Ever feel like your life is just spinning out of control? Like every decision you make ends up in disappointment? Or maybe you're stuck in a loop, never breaking free from the same old routine. Or even worse, all your plans with work or friends crumble at the last minute, leaving you overwhelmed. The uncertainty of what tomorrow brings only adds to the stress, making you feel lost and unsure about your next move. That's exactly what I was going through just a few years back. I want to share a deeply personal story with you about my own struggle with helplessness and how I managed to overcome it. If you're feeling the same way right now, this video might be the key to helping you regain control of your life and start living a life you truly desire. So grab a cup of tea, relax, and let's dive right in. I was living on autopilot, making significant decisions without really thinking them through, just going with whatever felt right at the time. I was stuck trying to live up to society's expectations rather than carving out my own life. I was on the verge of losing my job because I couldn't muster the motivation to care. That's when it hit me. I had a choice to make. Either I got my act together, took control over my life, and started living a life I actually enjoyed, or I risked it all. My job, my life in the US, and getting sent back to, well, Russia. It was a wake-up call like no other, and I knew it was a time to make a change. It's gonna be quite loud in here, with the waves and everything. You've probably experienced that feeling when time just flies by. You've got dreams and goals to achieve, but you look around and another year has come and gone. You might find yourself feeling stuck, wondering how you ended up where you are right now. Take me, for example. I hopped countries and switched jobs. Some of those changes turned out great, while others not so much. But in the end, I always felt like I didn't really make those choices. Those were just the best options I had at the time. It's easy to end up in situations we never planned for, whether it's a job we don't like, a relationship we're unhappy with, or a toxic friendship we can't seem to shake off. We might find ourselves with commitments we never wanted, yet we continue to live with them day after day. Sometimes it feels like we never had good choices to begin with. The thing is, we often don't plan our future or set clear goals. So we leave it to our present selves to make decisions in each moment. Sure, living in the present is important, but without a clear vision of our future, it's like gambling on a slot machine. And as you know, the odds aren't always in your favor. But to have that vision of the future, we first need to understand ourselves and what we want. Think about it like Google Maps. You need to know more than just the destination. You also need to know your current location. Everything that happens to us, everything we want, our future, our past, it's all part of our map. To see where we go, we need to understand what drives us, what brings us joy and makes us miserable. And that's precisely what I set out to do. I was always driven by success, a higher salary, and ambition. But that led me to places I didn't like and the jobs I didn't enjoy. So I sat down and wrote everything that I'd love to happen in my life. Everything that I truly wanted, but also everything that got me down. A great way to do this is to keep a diary and write everything that happens to you. Categorize each event as something you loved, hated, or felt indifferent about. Another helpful tool is to write down everything you want to do, have, or experience. But when you're doing this, think about the source of your desire. Is it coming from within or from external pressure and expectations? Doing both of these things gives you a pretty good picture of what you're missing, what you love and should do more of, or what you need to cut out from your life completely. I realized that my relationships and my friends are the most important things in my life, and moving halfway across the world from them wasn't my greatest idea. So I moved back to Europe and focused on building stronger relationships by visiting my friends, spending more time with my husband, and finding new like-minded people around me. I discovered that I can only thrive when I feel fulfilled at work, but I also needed another way to express my creativity, and that's why I started this YouTube channel. Another thing I found out about myself is that I love trying new things and activities. So now I dedicate much more time to exploring new experiences and discovering what I might enjoy. Find the time to understand yourself, pinpoint what really drives you, and identify the parts of your life that you truly enjoy. That's the first and the most crucial step to regaining control. Once you clearly understand what you want, you can start creating your path forward. Visualize your ideal life. Imagine what your life would look like if everything went perfectly. What would you be doing? Who would you be with? Where would you live? It's easy to fall into the trap of desiring a bigger house, a better car, or a high-status position. While these things are often praised in our society, they don't always bring true fulfillment. I learned a lot about myself this way. What makes me happy is spending a fantastic weekend with my husband, even if it's just walking around the city and eating cheap street food. Building close connections with others gives me meaning and the energy to carry on, and the rest of my goals enable me to experience these things. My goals are build lasting relationships, fully experience life, and contribute something meaningful to the world to help others. Of course, these are vague ideas, but they give me a sense of direction and help me set goals that are right for me. Instead of aiming for a six-figure salary, I now want to travel to my favorite destinations. If I focus on the experience of travel itself, it's not about staying in five-star hotels and eating at fancy restaurants. Rather than aiming to earn more money, I might challenge myself to find ways to travel cheaply. This approach gives me a different perspective on life. Your vision about your future self could be about anything, really. Some people want to enjoy their hobbies more. Some want to spend quality time with their kids as they grow up. Or maybe you just want to enjoy life, whatever it throws at you. There are no wrong answers. You may be content with who you are right now, or want to change everything. But remember, change always takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. When I visualized my future self, it felt really overwhelming. I started questioning the choices I had made. Was my life up until now a complete waste of time? Change is always uncomfortable. Our brain screams to keep everything as it is because it's easier, but is that really better? Whenever we think about something we want to change or achieve, it means we're not satisfied with our current state. Seeking improvement is absolutely natural, and I'd like to think about the change from a perspective of positivity. Was my life a waste? Not at all. It's all about making decisions, learning, and improving daily. Did I make the wrong choices? Sure, plenty. Will I make more wrong choices? Oh yes, I will. But I will learn every step of the way. Having a vision for your life can provide meaning and purpose even if your current circumstances are challenging. Knowing where you're heading and what you're working towards makes it easier to see a bigger picture and find the motivation to keep pushing forward. If life feels challenging at the moment, or you have to do something you'd rather not, think about why you're doing it. If it brings you closer to your future self and your vision, then it's all part of the path to a better life. And if it doesn't, think about the steps you need to take to get rid of it and focus on moving forward. The last thing I want to discuss is the feeling when everything is out of your control. Even if you organize everything in your life, things will still happen beyond your control. Other people will affect your life, and unexpected opportunities or challenges will arise. We also live as a part of society. The economy could contract, the global pandemics could occur. Nobody could have predicted that, right? You have the right to be upset, but what counts are your actions and your outlook on life. Accept what's happened, do what you can to minimize the damage, but consider what you can do now to keep moving toward your future. And if it's irrelevant to your future, then it's not worth worrying about at all. At 26, I had severe health issues due to obesity and could barely walk because of my back problems. Even though it was a consequence of my own actions, I felt helpless, angry, and overwhelmed that this could happen to me so early in life. But when I couldn't go back in time and prevent it, I could make different choices moving forward and regain control over my health. It's all about perspective and what we do with it. So here I am, a few years later. Things definitely feel more under control. I realized that my life was always in my hands, and I made some significant changes. I switched jobs, started this YouTube channel, and reconnected with my friends. And I believe that this is something everyone can do. Regaining control of your life is a journey that requires self-reflection, goal setting, and perseverance. Understanding your values, passions, and desires allows you to create a vision that provides meaning and purpose, even in the most challenging times. It's essential to stay committed to your vision, adapt when necessary, and maintain sight of your ultimate goals. As you embark on this journey, surround yourself with positive influences, and remember that setbacks are growth opportunities. Keep pushing forward, and you will soon find yourself living a life that is aligned with your true self and brings you greater happiness and fulfillment. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.